Hello and welcome to the Ring It On podcast. I am Jordan from Exo Sounds. Thanks so much for tuning in. Today we have a super fun, different, exciting episode where I'm going to do lots of learning along with you guys. And we're talking wedding stationery with the lovely Eloise from Dolly and Moo. Give her a round of applause.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I always say give a round of applause and then there's no one here.
Yeah.
It's just the dog. It's just the dog. It's just me and the dog. How you going?
Good.
Thanks so much for coming along. This is going to be great because wedding stationery is a world in which I think a lot of people on site never get to deal with, really, except for maybe event coordinators. But it's something that's needed at a lot of weddings and stuff like that. And before we even start, though, we just realised as you walked in the gate that I did your wedding.
Yes, you did. Feels like a lifetime ago now.
It was. 2003 does feel like a long time ago, but it was really cool. Hey, Henry Jones.
Yes.
Did you do signage for your wedding on that day?
Yes, I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you have lots of it? I can't even remember.
Yeah, quite a bit. Me and Laura from Swoon Society, well, she was Chestnut and Fleece back then, we came up with a very large concept all together and brought it to life. So it was fun.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So tell me everything. What I want to do is find out about wedding stationery because it's one of the parts of a wedding that's not on site on the day from a person, but is always kind of needed and it's always there. So it's just like it's like this hidden ninja.
Yeah.
In the corner. So what is wedding stationery and tell what are the elements of what wedding stationery is?
Well, it kind of starts, I have couples reach out to me when they're freshly engaged, usually being like, I need to save the dates. I've just got engaged and I'm getting married in 12, 18 months.
Really? So it's something that people think of straight away?
Yeah,
That's
often
so cool.
straight away. So they'll come to me usually with that and I'll talk through the options and then say, well, you also need your invites and stuff. And then we can also right now start thinking about your on the day elements. And then they might get a bit overwhelmed and be like, oh my gosh, that's so much.
Yeah.
So I kind of break it down into stages for them if they're coming in that early, like
for sure,
fresh engaged moment.
Yeah. Because it's the thing of like, it is something that is needed in the sense it's everything from invitations, save the dates, signage on the day, menus, all that stuff.
All of that stuff, yeah.
And so if you've just gotten engaged, you might need a little breather on the menu. But I guess it's kind of setting the tone in a kind of stylistic way of what the day is going to kind of be. I don't know. Is that what it's like? Yeah,
it is what it's like. So I'll often have, couples come to me straight away being like, I need X, Y, Z. And I'm like, have you thought about X, Y, Z? And like, where is it? What's happening? Like, what are your colours? What's this? What's that? So there's a lot of things to kind of go through. So I kind of nut it down into those three main stages. And we usually just start with something, a very simple save the date. Often people will just like to send a digital save the date now. So, and once they know pricing, because printing is expensive, we'll get to that, I'm sure.
Yes, we absolutely will.
They're like, do I really need a save the date? I'm like, no, you probably don't.
No.
So, they reach out, inquire, and then I sit them down and chat them through everything you kind of need, because there are some things you really do need and some things you don't need that just look nice.
Yes, essentially there's like a base version depending on where you're getting married, I guess. And then I guess it's all up from there. Do you sell, is it done in a package deal kind of way?
I sometimes offer packages. I kind of tailor everything to fit the couple.
Okay.
Yeah, I like doing bespoke.
Yes. So it's not like that you're on now and you've got this included and 3 signs and a thing and that's your package. It's not like that?
Not like that at all. And I like doing it, personalised to the couple. So they're only getting exactly what they need and want.
For sure.
Because I feel like weddings are expensive.
Yes.
And there's lots of moving parts. And if...
Yes, they are, and I'm the problem.
Yeah.
We're all the problem.
We're all the problem in our own ways, because it depends, like I always say, it depends on what you value and what bits of your day are important to you.
Yeah.
So if having 100 menus on the table is not important to you, don't have 100 menus.
Sure, because you could do...
you could do something else that's more cost effective.
And are you, you're a graphic designer, I guess, is what the role is.
Yeah, that is the role. I'm a self-taught graphic designer. We can get into that, but...
What program do you use? Adobe?
Adobe, yeah.
Illustrator, Lightroom, whatever it is?
Yeah, Illustrator and InDesign. And I taught myself to use that during the very long COVID lockdowns in 2020 and 2021 in Melbourne.
Yes, because you're Melbourne-based at the moment, but you're from here, born and bred.
Yes, from Hobart, born and bred, moved in 2012 to study musical theatre and sang and danced my way through my 20s, and then
in productions and stuff.
Yeah, and then I pivoted.
You got to pivot.
You got to pivot at some point, and
I'm talking to a man hosting a podcast in his garage. It's not a pivot. It's just an add-on. It's just an add-on. It's an add-on.
We're multifaceted creatives.
Exactly.
That's what I call myself. Like,
that's so good.
I can wear a lot of hats. It's
exactly.
fine.
Awesome. So had you had with that kind of self-taught? It's so tech. All that stuff. Like, were you techie background, or you literally were just a dancer?
No, I've always been like the person, like family and friends would go to be like, hey, do you want to have hosting a 21st birthday? Can you do a design for me? Like, I don't know, back in the day, I don't even know what we were using in high school. Probably just like Publisher or Word or whatever.
Yeah, it would have been some kind of like Microsoft Word kind of situation.
And I'd jazz up something on there and be like, here you go, print, it looks good.
Yeah, nice, nice.
So I've always been like that way inclined, I guess, and just had the eye for it.
Yeah, well, it's all about the eye for it, really, isn't it? Once you get over that tech hurdle of the first bit. Yeah. And there's so much stuff online now that you can help you. Did you like YouTube the shit out of it?
Yeah, YouTube is my best friend in those situations.
Because I do that stuff too. I mean, I learned all the audio design stuff, but even to this day, especially with this podcast and things, like, it's all like, how does this go into there, and how do I edit, and how do I export the right thing at the right moment? And it's like, what's a thing and you're good. Like, as long as you have the fundamental. Yeah,
as long as you have like an overview of understanding of what. How things like that work.
People keep saying, get a producer so I don't have to press all these buttons to do this stuff. But then who's going to do, like, what, someone's going to be sitting there?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be weird, But I guess eventually one day. But, well, that's super cool. So it goes into graphic design world. And then had you been, like, involved in weddings at all? Or was it not? It was musical theatre and doing something on the side and learning that, and then it became a wedding business? Like, how does it work?
So it actually Dolly and Moo started, my firstborn daughter was born in January 2020, and we all know what happened in 2020. Yeah. So I was on mat leave I did a lot of singing teaching. And so I was on mat leave for that and had kind of paused all auditioning and all of that sort of thing. Then we went into lockdown and never got out of lockdown for 2 years.
It was a crazy time.
So I started mucking around on Illustrator and creating like digital artworks. Like, I'd take a family photo and like draw them in this graphic, fun, colourful style, and like line illustration drawings and stuff. And I was like, I'm just going to start selling these. They're cute.
Yeah.
And
adorable.
It was fun.
Adorable.
So
yeah, cool.
I'd sell them for like very low price. Looking back, I'm like, ooh. And people would be like, hey, can you do this? And I'll send it to my family in Sydney who are in lockdown too. And like, it was a fun little like lockdown gift to each other.
Yep.
And then then people were like, oh, can you design, I don't know, a poster for my kid's bedroom? Can you design a birthday invite? It kind of grew from there. And then I had my friend from down here who was getting married, and she was like, do you want to do my wedding invites? I was like,
nice.
Sure. I don't know much about printing, but I'll figure it out.
And specs.
Yeah, and all of the different things.
300 dpi. Oh my God. It's going to be bigger than A4. Oh my God.
Exactly.
That's the stressful stuff.
Yeah, so that was when I was YouTubing like a mad woman and like just figuring it out.
Yep.
And so, I did her wedding, which I was meant to go to, but I couldn't because I was stuck in Victoria and we couldn't get down.
She was down here?
Yeah, she was down here. And so I did that, and then from there, like lots of friends and family just started trickling, and all my friends were getting engaged, you know, my brothers got engaged.
You're at that age.
Yeah, I was at that age.
It's a good fun age.
I reckon we had about 15 weddings in one season just to go to.
Yeah, wow.
Including our own.
Yeah.
It was like absolutely nuts.
There's years like that.
Yeah.
I'm out the other end of it now. Like I'm 38, and it's like, it's almost exciting now if I get an invite.
I
know.
We haven't had many like this wedding season.
Yeah.
But my husband's a couple of years younger than me, so if
there
any
you
of
go.
his friends are listening, I hope they're all going to get engaged soon, and then we'll have more to, go to.
That's awesome. So it just kind of evolves into a business, which, again, most people that come on here find that they're just doing something.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden somebody keeps asking, and something else asks after they've done one, and,
There was a need for it, I think, and where I kind of came at that point was I want this to be an accessible option for people who want nice things at their wedding.
Yep.
Like, it's a bit of luxury to have beautiful stationery on your table, or
Absolutely.
like a really nice sign that looks lux.
I love stationery. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm excited to have you here, because I really like notebooks
Yeah.
and things like that. Before tech really caught up with things, I have like moleskins that I would write in every year. It's kind of not a diary, but almost like a weekly planner, but I'd make my own thing. And I've got like 10 of them in a thing somewhere.
Yeah, that's like me too.
I
Always
just
a notebook.
I just like writing in them.
Yeah.
And I still got them over my desk, little thingies and their stuff. I love it. My dad was always like a thief from the stationery cupboard.
Yeah.
So we'd have this massive excess of weird pens and
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
But I'm really into it. And there is something about having something tactile and nice.
Yeah.
But I guess it's I mean, that's to look at and hold, right?
Yeah.
If they're at the table. But so what is like, I guess let's go through like the nitty gritty of like, what is the first thing the invitation? I guess it is.
It is, yeah.
It's always going to be.
Generally the invitation. And when someone inquires with me, I always ask them, can you send me some inspiration photos, not of necessarily stationery, but what flowers are you thinking of using?
Okay.
What are your bridesmaid dresses like? Mm-hmm. What does your venue look like?
Yep.
Like when someone is at your wedding, what do you want them to feel? So do you want,
Nice.
and I guess these are similar to things to what the stylists and planners
And the
and
florists.
florists are
Yeah,
all
yeah, yeah.
asking them as well.
Yeah, for sure.
So we kind of come up with this cohesive
Yeah.
design brief, mood board sort of thing.
Yeah. So you're involved in like from quite early on, because I imagine for people that don't think of it that there is probably a huge clientele of like last minute scramblers.
Oh my, there are, and it's getting worse and worse as the years go on. Let me tell you, because I think people can get things faster just in general life anyway.
Sure.
So you can jump online and be like, I need, I don't know, like, you know, those lights they wave around on the dance floor. But
Yes,
these
the glow
days-
stick lights, I know.
People can jump online and be like, I need 100 of them and I can get them tomorrow on Amazon.
I know, literally,
You know?
I was about to buy 10,000 to have as an add-on,
Yeah.
and then I thought I can't go down this path because there'll be something else the next
There'll be
week.
something, yeah.
And I don't want to have to deal with bringing them, you know?
So people are so used to buying
Yes.
stuff like that
Yes.
they need for their weddings, relatively last minute, and can add it in as a fun thing. And so I get lots of inquiries being like, my wedding's in 6 weeks, help. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe. I can, but
Yep.
it just depends on how much other stuff I'm
Yep.
doing. And printing takes time, and like going back and forth on design takes time. I'm
Yep.
not like, I don't like having like drop and go designs where you jump online and you pick your color and add your names and your date.
Sure.
Like that's not my
No.
vibe.
There's other things for
But
that.
there's other people that do that and do it really
yeah,
well.
for
So
sure.
go to them if that's
for
that's
sure.
like
Yeah.
what you need.
So
But
you're
that's-
involved earlier
Yeah,
on.
I want to be involved earlier. I love working with planners and stylists to
Yeah.
come up with the whole look.
Which is great.
Yeah.
That's exciting. So the first thing beyond the invitation, right? So you're
Yeah.
designing that. I can only speak for what I generally see, but there's often like a big piece as
Yeah.
like the intro to the welcome to the wedding of kind of piece.
Yeah.
Are you involved in that?
Yep.
Always?
Yep.
I've seen some really cool ones. There's heaps on fabric these days.
Yeah, we do a lot of fabric
I
printing.
like fabric
Yeah,
ones.
I've got heaps coming up actually as well in the next couple of weeks.
So you're designing all these elements. You're designing and it's typeface,
yeah.
colours,
Yeah.
fonts, everything
Yeah.
in between, and doing that. And then there's the printing. So it talks us through the pieces. What's the hardest piece? Like, what's the best piece? What's the funnest piece? Is it the entry piece? Is that the one everyone?
think-
That sets the tone, right?
I think the tone's set from the invites you send.
Sure.
I think they aren't, I don't think they're the tricky bits though. I
Yeah.
think the on the day stuff's harder because you want to execute it really well and make sure your sizing's right and get the whole vision because that's
For sure.
what people see and feel. The invites are easier in terms of a production
Yeah.
perspective, and you know they look really pretty. And I love opening an invite when I get one. The only mail I get seems to be like a parking fine or a speeding fine or something.
It's true.
So it's nice to open something that's like, that tactile experience, and that sets the vibe of what's going to be on the day. Mm-hmm. So, I love working with people from the invites to the on the day because you get that, that through line of,
absolutely.
of what it looks and feels like. But for on the day stuff, that welcome moment is always pretty
Yeah.
fun to
Yeah.
create.
And are you guiding them on like what the wording needs to be or what needs to be included or what
Yeah,
doesn't? And then also like the paper and everything, like the paper
Yeah.
stock and all that?
Yeah, so with the paper stock, my suppliers have heaps, and but you are limited to what colours they have in stock at the time, and all of that. And some people want something with lots of texture, other people want that smooth, sleek kind of feel. And I've just got all the samples at home, and I send photos if they're not local to me, or can send samples if they want them, or and lots of the time people will send me a screenshot of something that I've designed, being or even other people and say, I love this color and this texture. I'm like, I know exactly that color. That's
awesome.
That's
that makes it
the forest
handy.
green of this one. I'm like, great, I can get that.
Yeah.
So I've kind of got a good handle on cardstock and where they come from and where I can source it from.
And that was all a learning experience.
That was all a learning experience because I had no idea.
It's not Vistaprint.
Yeah, it's not Vistaprint. And Vistaprint certainly has its place.
I know. I use a shit ton of Vistaprint.
Yeah, it's so fine.
Yeah.
But for that high end luxe
for sure
quality, you need to know where to get it from and where to print it, and who will print with white ink versus color ink, and who all of these little things that people don't, the average person would know nothing about, because usually you're only getting married once.
I say it to everybody that asks us, for opinions and advice and stuff, and pushes back on some things that they think, why would you do that? You're like, well, I've done 900 of these.
Yeah.
So I know it works. I'm happy to try and not make it work, but this works. But how many of you done none? I got an argument with an MC on Saturday because I was and the photographers were on my team. They were like,
on your team, you got this little army.
Yeah, and we all went in and we're like, this run sheet's insane. There's no need to do this. We don't need a 4-hour dance floor. It's way too early. The sun's up. They've only been here for 10 minutes. No one's eaten a main. If we go around the corner and dance at 7:30, everyone's going to leave immediately and come back. Let's push it back at least an hour. And the MC was like, it says 7:30. And I was like, cool, man. How many of these you been at? And he was like, I like a good dance. I go, I bet you do, buddy. I bet you do. But what we're going to do? And the photographer was like, I don't know. What we're going to do is do it at 8:30. He goes, well, you're going to have to talk to him. I go, I definitely will.
Yeah.
And it was all good. And they had a ball because they didn't dance for 4 hours and ruin the dance floor.
Exactly right.
You know what I mean? But it's one of those we've done this. We've been here. This is the first time you're doing it. Let us kind of advise you and guide you. You know? So the cardstock and everything, I guess, is limitations by, in my head, I don't know why, but I'm thinking of fancy things that open and fold, but is it a bit more just like nice, square, small invitation, or is it folding included and all this kind of chaos?
Yeah, it depends.
Does that change it?
It changes it. So you might see an invite or even menus that are cut in the shape, so die cut to a shape and stuff.
Yeah.
That costs more, because it's another step. So every step you add to your process, to your item is going to cost more, but it's something I go through and I say it's an extra.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know, $1.50 a piece.
You're transparent about all the bits and
you're
stuff
transparent about
absolutely
these costs, and then they're like, oh, okay, because people come to me being like, I want letterpress, I want white ink on the details card, I want this. I'm like, okay, let's break it down, and I'll tell you exactly what each piece will cost, and they will be like, oh, really? I didn't realize it cost that much. I'm like, yeah, because...
Is it really expensive?
Yeah, it is expensive.
The printing? Yeah, absolutely. I can only imagine.
It's actually
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
And is it the big pieces that are expensive, or is it the 100 of the little piece?
The 100 of the little piece. The bigger stuff is, it still is, I think, more expensive than people think. But I think for the paper stuff, because most people doing bulk printing, if it's for something corporate, if you're doing business cards, you're buying 1,000 of them.
Sure.
That's, the price per unit's much cheaper than if you're buying 60, 120 by 180 millimeter pieces of card.
Yep.
Because that's not very many in the grand scheme of things.
100%.
So there's just little teething issues like that. You kind of just got to talk the client through a bit more about how it works. And this is the cost. And if you order 40, the price per unit's actually less than if you're ordering 80. Because, it's just, there's these variables. So that's why I always try to quote everything on what the person actually needs. So they're getting the most accurate and best value for money price.
And so what do most people need?
So I don't think you need a physical save the date. I don't think you even necessarily need a save the date if you're not traveling somewhere for a wedding.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
What do you think the lead time is, a reasonable lead time for an invite to a wedding? 6 months?
Yeah,
at least?
anywhere
less than that?
4 to 6 months.
Yeah, anything less than that's a bit
Yeah, I think it's a bit tight, but some people,
Sure.
I'm guided by what.
Well, my thing is like they know they're getting married.
Yeah, they know.
They know before that.
They know, and most people do know that you're inviting. I think when it's an issue is if people have to travel to get there.
Yeah, for sure.
So, like even for my own wedding, for instance, I tried to have everything out 6 months in advance because half of our guests were traveling from interstate.
For sure.
So I wanted them to be able to book a comm and like
Get time off
their
work,
flights,
sort
time off
babysitters,
work,
flights,
all of
hotels,
that
all
stuff.
that stuff, yeah.
So I think it's personal to the circumstances around the event, I guess.
Absolutely.
So 4 to 6 months is a good time to send out the invitation. So that means I would ideally want a 3-month lead time
Before that. Yep.
To put it in my production schedule, have the designs done, all of that. Printing, you've got to take into account printing time. Like once I've designed and we've gone through the draft process and all of that, I still have to send it off to the printers to get it printed. I don't have room for huge big printers
so
and stuff.
What is the turnaround time from a printing perspective?
The printers I use, they are pretty quick. They're not too bad, but I'd like a week.
Yeah, right. I thought
week
it'd be
to
something
2
like that.
weeks, something like that. Just depends how busy people are. Like,
But you don't receive it. You wouldn't receive it, do you?
sometime for invites, most of the time I like to receive them, and then I'll sort them and put them together in their nice little package. Mm-hmm. If there is a tighter timeline, I'll get it directly sent from the printers to the client.
Sure. Even the big stuff?
But it's just a conversation.
Yeah, it's just a conversation.
The big stuff always goes straight to the client from the printers. Generally.
Yeah, because it would, or even to the venue sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes to the venue or to the planner. Like it depends. It's all my stuff is all a needs basis. Like whatever they need and want and where they want to get it sent to and all that.
Yeah. And so on the day you've got the big piece and the kind of coming in. What's the other thing I always see? Like sometimes table seating plans.
So if it's a sit down wedding, I actually did a post the other day on Instagram about this. Common.
Did you just?
Yes, I did.
How's your Instagram going?
I did. What did you say to me just then?
I said, like, what else do you see? Like your seating plan and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I do. My most common for someone buying an on the day package would be a welcome sign, bar sign, and then followed by a seating chart.
Oh, the bar sign.
Which I don't think, when I first thought about this, I was like, I don't actually think it is, I don't know, is it a necessity? It is.
Well,
but
I like a bar thing because I know if I'm going to go and ask for a drink or not.
Yeah, exactly.
I like to know what red it is before I'm going to waste my time.
Yes, exactly.
But I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah. No, but they are that's my most common order is a welcome sign, a bar sign.
Is that right?
Yeah, together. No, seating chart, because it depends if the wedding's a cocktail wedding or a sit down. So if it's a sit down, always a seating chart and always place cards at a minimum.
Yeah.
Menus, most people are opting for like a menu with the personalised name on the menu, so not a separate place card.
Okay.
So that makes it.
Place cards too, right? Yes, there's place cards too.
Because you need to know where you're sitting.
Of course you do.
Sitting next to.
Of course you do. If you have a seating chart, do you still need a place card?
Yeah.
Well,
otherwise
theory.
you have 100 people looking
around
the table at the same time trying to guess, am I this Tom or I am this Tom?
Yes, if you think about it from like an airplane perspective, you know where you're meant to be, but you still need to know where that is.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I get that. Yeah, the bar card's a good one. Because I like it because it gets people excited about the drinks, especially if there's something fancy on there, but also just kind of gets people to know so the bar staff don't have to worry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think if you're at a venue that is it just a regular everyday venue, not a marquee wedding or something, often at their bars they have every single thing of alcohol under the sun.
Yes, it's true.
The thing. So if there's no bar signage, you might walk up and be like, I'll have a Grey Goose vodka with this, and then they're like, that's $12.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And you're like, what? It's a wedding. But it's just because there has not been a sign to specify what's included in the drinks package.
It's also a little bit on MCs, and I always rip on MCs on here because they're so shit, so bad. They ruin my life so many times and everyone's life. They also, it's on them a little bit to be like, hey, this is what's in. So don't worry about the jack behind the thing. You're not going to get it.
I think that's what I say to couples as well. I'm like, they might ask me, do I need a bar sign? Do I need a menu? Or do I need this? I'm like, you don't necessarily need it, but you need someone to communicate to your guests, like, what is going on.
Yep.
And I think that's what with my stationery and signage as well, I want it to serve a function for you, not just look good.
Yeah.
So
100%.
I will only tell you what to get if there is a function for it.
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely.
If you want any extra pretty bits
Yeah.
that just look nice for the sake of looking nice,
Yes.
that's go for it. Happy to do it. You know?
Well, the menu
Happy to do
sometimes
it.
is a pretty bit too. Like,
Yeah,
it's not.
that's-
I don't
and
often. I
I
don't know
don't-
how often I see weddings. I guess I'm not looking at people's tables.
Yeah.
Is it really common?
Most people do get menus, but I've done a few more recently where they just do like maybe if they've got a really long like table, they'll do some dotted menus just dotted down the center, like by the floral arrangements, like sitting up like a table number.
Yeah, for sure.
Sort of
Yeah,
thing.
that makes sense.
And just have place cards at the seats.
Are place cards always that common?
Yeah.
Okay, and because they're sometimes tied into. They're sometimes on ribbon and tying a serviette
Yeah, so the
and
ribbons are a
things.
huge trend, so I do those as well.
Oh, we got to talk trend. Talk to me about trends. Talk to me about trends. What are the
Ribbons,
trends at the moment?
and lots of ribbons. I have no idea when the ribbons are going to phase out, but
Okay.
lots of ribbons and lots of fabric.
Okay. Yes. So I've seen lots of fabric things hanging
Yeah.
and lots of personalized ribbons
Yeah.
embossed almost, or whatever the word would
Yeah.
be. Is it printed or embossed? How does it
It's
work?
like a vinyl decal
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Right,
It's
right,
like,
right,
like
yeah,
a
yeah,
heat
yeah.
press
Yeah.
sort of
I get
sticker,
it.
I guess. Very fiddly. I do have one supplier that will do them for me, but I also do them myself.
Yes, and
a
you
lot.
have so you got like a thing at the home.
Yeah.
You're just sitting there bloody
With the
ironing
iron,
shit.
I watch the TV at night with
Yeah.
my iron and my ribbons.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so ribbons are a huge trend. The fabric signage. I've got the most amazing trade printer that prints all of the signage for me.
Okay. What does that mean? Say more.
So for fabric signs, you can either do like the heated, like heat press vinyl
Yeah.
onto fabric. But I have a printer that does like sublimation printing, if I hope I said that right, which is actually the fabric being printed with ink.
Okay.
So you can print any background color, any font color,
cool.
onto plain white fabric.
Amazing.
So I think there's like linen, there's a satin, there's like...
This is at your house?
No, not at my house.
So
This
you-
is at
you
the
have a
printer
printer person, I
that does
guess.
this. And they are amazing and they make literal magic.
Yeah, wow.
Happen.
Because there's some really amazing ones coming out. It's a really
Yeah.
cool way of, because it flows in the breeze and like...
Oh, it's so nice. It
Yeah.
adds that texture and that
yeah,
like...
it can do it. Sorry, it's not always flowing in the breeze, but it definitely adds this weird element of like things pop at certain times. Like I saw a really
Yeah.
cool like hand kind of drawn... it was a bit much, but it had their name and the date and stuff like that. And then they kind of, I think, were personal, like they were little cartoonists themselves.
Yeah.
And they kind of made all this stuff. And they kind of made all these pictures of their life and where they'd been and on their
Yeah.
intro thing. But as it flowed off this tree,
Just
it was
so
kind of
nice.
like you'd see this bit of like, oh, that's cool. And it was, it sounds dumb. It sounds dumb like a Dilbert cartoon or some
Yeah,
shit. But
yeah.
it was really
no,
kind
I know
of a
what you
cool
mean.
way of doing it. And then
Yeah.
they put those little bits kind of on all kinds of things.
Yeah.
They had all kinds. They went hard. They had like
Yeah, I love it.
stubby holders and biscuits and
That's
all
that's
the
my
stuff.
favourite sort
You
of
like all
wedding
that kind of
thing.
stuff?
I love it.
It was really unique and really
Yeah.
cool, and like puns and weird stuff, which kind of but it was clearly this them.
It was clearly them.
It's
And
them.
that's
Yeah.
that's when it works.
Yeah.
Is like you're not just doing it for the sake of a trend or the sake of
Yeah.
something looking nice. It's actually personal and it's actually you.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the fabric signage, I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh no, it's just really popular. It's a
Yeah,
popular
it's just
trend with the
really
ribbons.
popular, and I love. Oh, this is what I was going to say. Lots of people coming to me. I want something to hang in my house afterwards.
Yeah, that's the cool part of it.
So if we create something beautiful, it doesn't even have to say "Welcome to the wedding of."
It can just be the names.
It can just be the names,
And
and then
date.
it looks beautiful hanging in your
Yeah,
bedroom or
yeah.
in your living area.
We got gifted a chopping board.
Yeah.
With our names and like the Millers and just the date, and we still
Yeah.
got it. It's just a cool little thing you bring out every now and then. And once
Yeah.
someone gets through the brie, they're like, "Oh, what?"
Oh,
You're
that's
like-
cute.
But
Yeah.
like it's here forever. I
and you
guess.
keep it, and it's
Yeah.
a nice little memento,
Yeah.
from the day and from that time.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
about directional signage? Do you have to do that kind of silly stuff as well?
Well, do you know what? I went to a wedding last week.
Where'd you go?
It was in Melbourne.
Okay.
At a big hotel. And we got there, had no idea where to go.
Okay.
I obviously didn't do the signage for it.
Yeah.
And I was looking around. I was
Wasn't a
like, this
staff
is why...
member or some shit?
Yeah, well, we ended up finding
of
a staff
course.
member
Yeah.
to say, can you guide us to where this function little spot is?
Yeah.
So, yes, I always ask, where are you getting married? How far is the walk from the car park to the ceremony spot or the ceremony spot to the reception spot,
Yep.
you know.
How far, if you're going to need it or not.
Are the toilets a walk away? Like, do you need, have you thought about that?
Yeah, which changes, I guess, from an established venue to like a marquee situation.
Yeah,
where
so...
you know. And again, an MC can really help by telling people where to go.
Exactly, yeah. Good MCs are worth their weight in gold.
Oh my God, they're so good. Oh my God, good MCs. Yeah. Because there is that thing of like, if you are on a big drawn out property stretched out property that has trees and things and bushes and things, you don't really always kind of, what are we doing? You kind of follow and hope for the best, but it's not always that obvious, you know?
Yeah, well, that's why I was surprised as well, because I was going to this hotel wedding being like, oh, you'd think this would be easy to figure out where it was, but it wasn't.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, directional signage. People love like an order of events.
Okay.
So...
Do they?
Yeah, I do a few of these.
Okay, yeah. No, I've seen them. I've only ever really seen them at churches. Maybe they're coming back. Maybe it's a new trend.
Yeah, so it's not like the little book. It's like a sign, like next to the welcome sign in a spot, like maybe where the direction sign is. And it's like, order of the day. We drink, we dine, we dance. Like that
I
sort of
actually
vibe.
love those too.
Yeah.
I think because, again, a bad MC, their job as an MC is to keep people on track for the day.
Yeah.
People want to know what to do. They don't like to stand around not being told why they're standing around. They want to know that things are coming and things are moving. Yeah. And I think that sign is a very handy way of just going like, this is where we're going to be, guys. You're here for 2 hours. Yeah. And it says 5 o'clock, we're moving to there. And if like, it's a really good thing to have as well.
Yeah.
That, I love a bar menu and I love an order of event.
Good, great.
I don't care where you sit. I like the other two.
No.
Because I was going to say, the printed out ones,
I
think people get a bit funeral-y about those.
Yeah, they're a bit like,
they're a bit, okay.
Very proper. Are we singing along now? Like, you know.
You see them, but it's just not always very common these days.
Yeah, no, I don't do many of those. No. And in general, I don't do many church weddings.
No.
Anyway,
I've only done a couple this year. But I don't happen very often.
So I don't often have a need to do the printed booklets, but... You know?
So there's so many elements there. So you got the intro sign, bars, you've got the menus, you've got the order of events potentially, and a whole bunch of other things, and you're trying to align that with, obviously, are you ever working directly with a florist and stylist, or are you just directly to clients?
Both.
Both.
So not really with the florist, but I do a lot of work with planners and stylists, particularly from down here as well.
Yeah, for sure.
So I do lots with Laura from Swoon Society.
Drop the names. Sophie
from Evoke Events and Beth from Molly and May. And I'm doing some for Dear Leone, so I'm doing some with G at the moment as well.
Love G.
They make my life so easy.
Yes, they
because
do.
they've done the hard bit for me, so they know what the style they're creating.
Yeah.
And each of them have, a very different... Not very different, but, you know, different approaches and stuff, and they're all wonderful. But they have the vision is what I
absolutely.
mean. So they know how to communicate the vision to me.
Yep.
Sometimes if it's just, your average couple, they're like, I don't know how to say what I want because this is my first time,
for sure.
wanting this stuff. But, the planners and stylists are worth their weight in gold.
Well, I think I was asking about the florists as well, because I often see the signage is with
florals. Yeah. That's why I always ask my couples, what flowers are you planning on having?
Yeah.
And if they have a florist that sent them a mood board, they will often flick that mood board through to me so I can see the vibe, or they'll just send a few screenshots of things they like. And
are you sending drafts?
Yep.
And how many fonts are you changing fonts? How many fonts is too many fonts? 2, 3?
Yeah. I try to stick to like 2. Yeah. So something that's, legible, and then a pretty accent
flowy
with it.
One, something like that for sure.
Because also your guests need to be able to read what they're looking at.
It's true.
So with the stylists and planners, that's a very collaborative process of us chatting and being like, well, what about this colour? What about this colour? Lots of text back and forth about things. And then I'll send concepts, and then we'll draft designs, we'll tweak a few things, and then hit print.
And you got to get specs and do all that kind of stuff.
And then
And so what about the wording? That's all on the couple? Are you sending them?
No, I will do some of it. So some people are very particular about what they want and have already written it out. Like I send all my couples like a Google sheet with like all the categories of
think about this.
And they usually just fill in the gaps, and then I can make it sound nice.
Sure.
But sometimes they'll say, no, I really want it to be worded.
Yeah.
this
Is there
way.
traditional wording that they have to follow? Not anymore,
No,
right?
not anymore.
No one
I
cares
think
anymore.
anything's possible.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want these days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's interesting because it is kind of one of those things of like before you send like a piece to the printer, you really have to go, is this exactly what I want?
Yeah.
Like it's quite stressful.
I have a bit in my contract being like any typos and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you need to be double checking because
So
once
it
you've
is
signed off.
It is on them.
Yeah, it is on them. Once I will check it and I'll double check it and I'll triple check it.
Yeah.
But if like we're human error is
100%.
something. So
I
if you've checked it too
stuff
and you
things
have
up.
missed, an extra S on the end of a word or something,
Yeah.
and I've missed it, but you've already signed off on that print, like, but I'll do anything to make it
Of course,
perfect
of course,
anyway.
of course. Have you had any
not-
howlers? Have you had any like come back from the printer and just like boom?
I had one once come back from the printer without a border that was meant to be on there, and
Okay.
I was like, did I send the wrong file or did they just miss the border?
Oh, the file
And the print, it was
stress.
actually a printing error.
Oh,
thank
thank
goodness.
God,
So
thank God.
I rang them and I was like, can you reprint this? Like, I need it tomorrow.
Yeah, wow.
And-
The file stress is so crazy because I was saying to you just before we started, like the podcast thing here, one of the hardest bits has been just like the uploading and the
Yeah.
editing and the faffery of making sure that's the right file.
Yeah.
Literally last week's episode, I uploaded the wrong file by accident, which was the one without the intro on it or something, like
Right,
the
yeah.
music. And I was like, why? Like, why? Because I'd like to think that my system's pretty solid
Yeah.
of organisation.
Yeah.
But you can't
No,
It's just-
a literal human error happens, and I think everyone just has to be okay with
Yeah, I do.
adapting, pivoting,
I absolutely
making it
agree.
right, making it happen.
Yep.
And well, that's how I live my life anyway.
That's how we all go, right? Well, that's awesome. So there is a lot more to it than you kind of would think on the surface. In the sense, it's just like
Yeah.
you really do have to think about your wording, and there is a pretty like a lead time of knowing about all these little bits that go into it, and
Yeah.
you do need to be thinking of who's going to need to read what and where are we going and what. Because
Yeah.
I remember even on random weddings, mine was a real stretched out wedding. Like on the day, we were like, and like we had like arrow signs, but we were doing them.
Yeah.
Our
in
friend
the
was
moment.
just, in the moment,
Yeah.
whatever, like just like to be like, yeah, we need that because we haven't really thought about it. And,
Yeah.
and then, it's, I guess it's kind of like, there's a lot that people don't need. But it's not like not a thing.
Yeah.
In the sense it's not, you don't really ever see a wedding that doesn't have it.
Yeah.
I don't think, do you?
No.
You've got to have something.
You got to have
You're kind of like this dark horse little industry. I love it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, you messaged me last night, right? We
Yeah.
can say I was drinking wine, watching the tennis, and and she, it's like, if you want to talk stationery, just like let me know. I was like, yes, I really do, because it's this dark horse.
It's one of those things people don't really necessarily think about
Yes.
as a huge part of their day.
Yeah.
But then there are elements of it that are needed.
Because I think the music gets booked pretty late for most people.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Because they want the venue, photographer, celebrant kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, these days, it's not for us. Like we're booked.
Yeah.
2028, we're getting into now.
Yeah, right.
But I do think some people are like, oh shit, we need something. Who's going to play us down the aisle? If music's not their thing,
Yeah.
it comes way
Yeah,
later.
I think that's, it depends what the couple values. And
Yeah.
like some people are like, I need this photographer. I will pick my date based on if this photographer's available.
Yeah.
Same with venue, same with there's
100%,
different
100%.
things. I know when I got married, I had a pretty strong list of who I wanted and what.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what I wanted and where I wanted it to be. And I reckon I contacted you quite early.
Well,
Do you
thanks.
know
Thanks very much.
why I booked you?
No.
So my sister-in-law wanted you for her wedding.
Okay.
I think that was the story. Yeah, but you were booked on that date already.
Oh, no way.
And we went out they were getting married at Bangor. And so we went there for like a few months before their wedding for like a lunch. And, you were playing. Just
I was just doing the Father's Day or the Mother's Day thing or something. I
And
used
so-
to do those.
So my
Yes.
sister-in-law was like, oh, that's the guy we wanted for our wedding, but we couldn't get him. We've got this person instead.
nice
And I was like,
one.
do you mind if I book him?
Yeah, nice.
So, yeah, that's how that came about.
Oh, that's cool.
So I knew I wanted, like, you guys, and then I knew I wanted Sophie Sullivan for
So
photography.
good. Sophie. Shout out Sophie. We love you, Sophie. Yeah.
And then we went and looked at so many venues.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really know where I wanted. And we landed on the Port Signet Cannery, and then that closed down.
Did, that's right. Yeah.
So then we had to pivot.
I think it's back open.
Yeah, I heard that. I hope so, because it's such a
big, cool space,
beautiful
yeah.
venue.
Yeah.
And we were devastated.
But that's really cool out the back there.
Yes,
Like it
so
needs
cool.
its work and it has its
Yeah,
limitations.
yeah.
And it has its limitations on time. Because you know what I mean? Like you have to get in there quick and kind of work around the businesses. But so cool.
It's
like
such
I've had
a
some
cool
bangers in there.
spot.
Yeah.
Like we were so excited. And then, the March, we were getting married in the November, and then in the March we got the call being like,
oh, no.
we're off. And I was like, oh, no, what do we do? And we had a huge guest list, and there just was not any places in Hobart that will have 120 plus for seated.
Yeah.
So ended up at Henry Jones
So cool.
in the atrium, and it was amazing.
So cool. Like, it's so vibey.
It worked out. And I
so
remember we didn't actually have a plan or a stylist at first.
Yeah.
And Laura had just done my best friend's wedding, and I messaged her. I was like, I know you were originally like busy for November, like fully booked, but can you squeeze one more in?
Yeah, so good.
And she was like, yep.
How good's that,
So
eh?
it all worked out.
It did all work out. Oh, that's super fun. I was so glad to be a part of that one. It was really fun.
Yeah.
You guys were all dancing at High School Musical and doing cool stuff. And that's awesome.
Very niche musical theatre wedding.
No, it's good. I like a vision. We like a vision, right? We like it. So I guess to kind of wrap it up, and so the things to think about when it's coming to stationery is obviously wording. You're going to be drafting designs and kind of styling and hopefully working with them, but they need to be thinking about it quite a fair way in advance.
Yeah.
And it's best to be on with from the invitation onwards, because then everything's going to stylistically align.
Yeah, if that's your vibe.
Yes.
If that is like what you care about, the cohesive like through line of like your invites matching, your welcome sign to match your thing, like that is important to some people.
It's the small touches though. Every wedding that people go like, wow, is always these
and they're
things.
the things that help create the vibe.
Yep.
Like,
absolutely.
I don't know. I value that.
Yeah, I value that stuff big time too. I love all that stuff. I'm one that sits down at a restaurant and goes, look at this knife.
This is a nice knife.
Beautiful knife.
Yeah. I go every restaurant I go to, I always look at the menu and be like,
oh
a
yeah,
bit disappointing. This is
sometimes.
nice. I like that one.
I know. It's so true.
Yeah.
And then, so the biggest thing that I kind of have gauged as well is that beyond style and design, which is, your own, they can see all that, I'm guessing, on your Instagram and things like that. But beyond that, it's the printing takes time, needs to be thought ahead, sizing, but it also is quite like that's the costly bit.
That's the costly.
They're probably going to be like, holy shit, you know? I'm sure your artwork is costly and it's like worth its weight.
Yeah.
But there is an element of there you can't really dance around the fact that a big thing or 100 little things is going to add up.
Yeah, it all adds up, and it is more costly than people realise.
Yep.
And I see things all the time, people being like, wedding tax this, wedding tax that. I'm like, it's not a wedding tax, you've just never had a wedding before.
That's such a good way of putting it.
You've just never had a wedding before. When have you ever purchased 100 menus?
Yes, exactly.
Or like a big A1 and AO sign.
Yes,
like,
and people say the wedding tax thing is so interesting because you're saying you saw me at Bangor, and obviously I don't charge what I charge. I haven't played Bangor for years. I don't play any of those things because I'm very busy. I've got 2 kids. I run a company and blah blah blah. But of course I don't charge them that because there's no stakes. There's no stress. There's nothing. You're not paying me wedding prices for my skill, expertise, audio equipment, song learning, running around. 3 days of prep, blah, blah, blah. You're not paying me for that. They're just paying me to rock up, drink some wine, and play some tunes. It's a completely different thing. It's not a wedding tax. It's like a different thing.
It's literally a different set of skills and different set of equipment and like all of that stuff. It's not a wedding tax. It's
well, I'm glad you know because you had me at your wedding. But like it's just one of those things. Like if you give us to understand that, and especially nice things. Quality things have a cost to it, but they really do add an element of like, class and niceness to any day.
Absolutely.
Well, it's been absolutely fascinating because I've got so many questions here about like all these things, but I feel like I've just kind of, by my own interest, been like, okay, ask half of them anyway. So trend-wise, the only thing extra was trends that I thought we could talk about, but you kind of went, I think it is fabric and flowy ribbons and things like that.
I think it's all that
stuff. And it is the tactile stuff. And
actually, another trend, lots of chrome mirror. So how
does the mirror thing work? That's one I saw the other day. Let's see if I can get this on the camera for you. Check out this one. You tell me about mirrors while I get this sorted.
So lots of people find these beautiful, vintage style kind of mirrors, or even just any mirror.
Do they have to find it?
No. Well, they don't have to, but lots of people come with me being like, I've got a mirror, can you put words on it?
Right.
Like, yes, I can.
Check this one out. I rock up to a wedding the other day. I don't know if they're going to see this. I was trying to see this. But I rock up to a wedding and on the floor here is a smashed mirror. Smashed to bits on the floor.
No, that makes my heart so sad for them.
It was just one of those
what did they...
Well, it just was there on the floor. I don't know. I just left it. But I was just like, it was the 17th. Kieran Tom on the 17th, you poor buggers. I didn't even mention that to you. But Is that so? Would that be looking at that? Would that be their mirror? Or
that would have been their mirror,
so
and they would have got
it.
someone to make the decals on it, and similar to like the ribbons where you stick it on. It's like a sticker basically, and you.
Oh yeah, of course
I did
it
one
is.
for someone yesterday actually here. So if I'm in Tassie, for whatever reason, I love to come and help you with a bit of your DIY.
Yeah, awesome.
So if you've got the mirror, or if you've got a blank wooden board or something, and you want to add the words to it, always open to make anything happen. That's so the best part about the business is people come to me with ideas, and I'm like, I can make that happen and help you do it.
Our neighbour across the street here, he is an old school butcher shop sign writer.
Oh, cool.
That's his whole life. He's a painter, but he was like whole life was doing that. So he does gold leaf for like the golf club and all this kind of stuff.
Fancy.
Anyways, but he's like, he just comes along and sticks shit everywhere. Like you see how it says XO on the door?
Yeah.
Like he just came one day, he's like, I just got this frosted glass thing, I'm just going to plonk it on. I was like, okay.
Thank you.
Does stuff for the kids' rooms, makes Christmas signs for them. It's such an art. It's like such a cool art form. He's got all this old like stocky like white kind of, I don't know what you call it, card stock or whatever, but he just does all these things.
I love that.
But he's like, we've got something on the car, but he goes, I can't do your car, I can do whatever you want in your car. I'm like, what? How?
Yeah,
How and why do you know these things?
Yeah.
You know? But I guess that's the vinyl print is kind
that
of
is
the
literally
same.
what it is. It's a sticker that's printed onto like this vinyl stuff.
And it's just a bit more permanent.
Yeah, a bit more permanent.
Well, I'm so glad you've come on and told us all about that because I really was. It's like a little uncharted little area of
it's a treasure
of the
trove
wedding
of
world.
random
And are you
bits and
busy? You got
pieces.
lots of stuff going on?
Lots of stuff going on, and I've just opened another business.
Okay.
Off Dolly and Moo for branding and like business design.
Okay.
Sort of stuff.
So like concept.
Yeah. So I think you had Chantel from Stonefield and Flags off the other day.
Shout out.
So I did the Stonefield Estate branding for her.
Which looks awesome. Well done.
Thank
really
you.
Well done.
So
quite bold. I love it.
Yeah, we love a bit of colour. We love a bit of, fun.
Yep.
So yeah, I've kind of just started that. That's keeping me busy alongside all the weddings and events I'm doing. I feel like because there's always a bit of a lull in the middle of the year in terms of, not many weddings, not many events, so less on the day stuff. So
the off season.
Yeah, the off season.
That's when you plan on doing a podcast that you don't fucking do until November, and then
it's wedding season. Yeah. Classic. I love it. That's my sort of style.
Yeah, that's what you do. You go, I'm going to start a podcast, and then first episode came out.
So we'll see how it goes working in tandem with each other. But I just like to be busy and using that creative muscle of mine. So
well, you're really good at it, everybody. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Give it up for Eloise from Dolly and Moo. Give her a round of applause. You can follow her on Instagram, I'm sure, at
dolly.and.moo.
You'll find it. We'll link to it. You'll figure it out these days. It's all sorted. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yay. Great one.